Hey, what's up? It's me, the Big Sneezy, and we got a good video for y'all today. This one gonna be a little different, but I got the production, I got the software now. Now I'm gonna start commentating on the commentators. So we have Piers Morgan and Nick Fuentes. Piers Morgan tried to get a gotcha moment. He tried to ambush him, and I didn't like it. I didn't like it. Nick even said it. He's like, bro, I thought this was like a interview. He has a channel on Rumble where he explained everything that happened. He was like, bro, I knew he was going to ambush me. An ambush is a surprise. So because I knew he was going to do it, I'm not really surprised that he did it. Good job, Nick. And that's how you stick it to the man. Let's go ahead and watch the video.
People being born that are white, where's the arrow pointing? Where are we going to be in 50 years? In 50 years, there might be an Israel. In 50 years, there isn't going to be a white Christendom.
You don't believe people should get married, right?
What is he doing? Like, we're talking about race. Besides responding back to what I said, you go ahead and flip it. Anytime about I don't want to get married. Why? Who the fuck? Piers. Who told you Nick didn't want to get married? He's a Christian. Like, this is how you know. How are you a journalist and you don't do any journaling? Why didn't you do any type of research on this man? How do you not know this nigga's Catholic? You are talking to the most banned man on the internet and you don't know nothing about him? That's crazy. Piers didn't care about any information. All Piers wanted to do is get a couple clips of him saying of Nick saying some wild stuff out of context and try to get a gotcha moment. He did the same with Andrew Tate, bro. Piers is diabolical. He really tried to ambush Nick, but Nick bobbed and we you feel me?
Part because you seem very resistant to the idea of marriage. You've never got married. You've talked very scathingly about henpecked husbands. Just take a look.
That's true. Guys get to a certain age and they're like, you know what? Women suck. Like, they're talking too much. They're not hot anymore. Like, you're fat, you're chubby, you're not as hot as you think you are. You fucking talk too much, you're a bitch.
Don't you see that was a joke? Don't you see how he's just like smiling and laughing through the whole thing? It's a joke, bro. I don't know why Piers doesn't understand what the hell a joke is. If everything Izzy's saying is misogyny, why is it that most girls don't have a lot of girl friends? Why don't most girls have female friends? I can tell you why. You can ask any girl. If you ask a girl, oh, you got more male friends or female friends? They'll be like, I got more male friends. And then they'll be like, why? They'll tell you, oh, girls are annoying, girls are this, girls are that, all negative shit. Are they misogynist too? Are they have to be misogynist. Girls say this about girls. If I'm a dude, oh, I am a dude. The best thing that you can do is just don't be fat. And then, like, they're all fat. All of them are fat. They're all fat. They're all fat. They're lazy and they're boring. That doesn't mean I hate women. That just means is that I just identify what I got and I can try to work around it. Now let me go ahead and say this. Not all are boring. Not all are lazy. Not all are fat.
There's this terrible genocide going on of white people. On the other hand, you want people effectively to stop going near women because they all turn out to be so ghastly, so they shouldn't presumably procreate. So how does that work? I mean, aren't you, with your rhetoric, actively encouraging men not to associate with these ghastly women, therefore not have any more children? Therefore, you are contributing, Nick Fuentes, to the diminishing white population. I'm confused.
I tell my followers to get married all the time. I tell them that it's best for everybody to get married. And I think that's the only way that you can have sex. I think that's the only licit way as a Catholic, as you know, to have sex is within marriage.
Why don't you get married?
I'll get married later. It's been difficult for me because people are shooting at me at my house. I don't know that I don't want to have kids and a wife. You know, my wife would be screaming about that. Me, you know, I have to be able to take risks and be able to say these things. It's difficult to bring a family into a life that's like that. But for my followers, I tell them to get married. But what's happening with women...
You literally just told your followers... Well, hang on. In that clip, you literally told followers, women, they get old, they get fat, they get ugly, they get very annoying. So where's the incentive to get married to women? There isn't one. You're actively telling them the opposite.
You're extrapolating a lot.
Just
We can complain.
Just quoting you back yourself again.
No, but you're extrapolating and saying, well, you say women are annoying, so therefore, what's the incentive? We have to do it in spite of the fact that they are annoying. We have to do it in spite of the fact that they talk too much. We can get them to lose weight. We can put them on peptides. We can get them to the promised land, but it's going to be a little annoying.
Do you think this view of women may be why none of them want to go near you?
What is he doing? What is it, bro? What is he doing? Nick Fuentes is actually responding back eloquently, calmly, trying to give you what he actually meant on the show when he said all these things. And Piers Morgan is steamrolling right past all that. He's like, bro, I don't care, bro. I'm trying to get you, bro. I want to get an aha moment. I want to get you, bro. Piers Morgan doesn't care about anything Nick Fuentes has to say. He's a hater, bro.
See my DMs. It is quite the opposite. They're called the Groy-bets, and I'm actually batting them away. Granted, not all of them are attractive. Some of them are attractive.
Are you actually? Look, just to clear up one of the many theories about you, I have no idea what the answer is, and you haven't got to answer. But are you actually attracted to women?
Bro, what?
I am attracted to women.
You're not gay.
Why? If I tell you I'm attracted to women, why would you then ask me, am I gay? If I'm attracted to women, that means I'm not attracted to men. So therefore, I would not be gay. Piers Morgan is trying his hardest to get a rise out of Nick Fuentes. You can see it. Could have been me though. I am a Negron and a Negron first. I'm talking cash. I'm talking big shit. You poor ass bitch, pussy ass nigga. I'm calling all type of ad niggas. Any ad nigga, I'm throwing it all on Piers. You crazy as hell. Everybody can clearly see like this is a hit job. This is a hit job and he is failing. Bro, niggas not yelling. Niggas keeping it demure. You feel me?
No. But I will say that women are very difficult to be around.
Okay.
So there's that.
And do you think they should have the right to vote?
I do not. No, absolutely not.
They should stay at home?
Well, yeah, absolutely.
See, basically, you're just a misogynist old dinosaur, aren't you?
How is that? Bro!
For a young guy.
Yeah.
Bro, yo, it's so funny because Nick knows what he's doing, so he's just agreeing with everything that he says. Piers, you're gonna have to explain to me how keeping my wife at home makes me a misogynist. You're gonna have to explain that. Why is that bad? We can argue women not voting, but for women being at home to take care of the home and the next generation, that makes me a misogynist? That makes no sense. Niggas keeping it cool. Niggas keeping it P. You hear me?
I mean, I know I'm the boomer. I know I'm the boomer here, but actually, you're a 27-year-old dinosaur, aren't you? Aren't you, Nick Fuentes? All women.
I am.
All women are annoying. All women grow
fossil.
old. They all get fat. Says the guy. Have you ever had sex?
No, absolutely not.
Wow. Says the guy who's never got laid. Wow.
That's the thing, though. You boomers, it's
You think
always
you're an
get
expert in
laid,
women?
free love.
Bro,
You've
look
never
at
got
Nick
laid?
taking that shit with stride, bro. Look at Nick taking that shit with stride, bro. Then niggas, bro, Nick already told his followers, he's been said it countless times that he is saving himself for marriage. Why does that make him a bad guy? This nigga, he just said he got hoes. Nick got hoes in the DM, so he can fuck if he want to. He's choosing not to because he's following the righteous path of the Lord. Try again, Piers. Try again. You're not getting him. He's trying to get Nick, but Nick is knocking him down. Nick is just like he's brushing it off his shoulders, bro. This is light work for Nick.
Yeah, we are going back to the Stone Age. You're absolutely right. This. You know, you're talking about empathy and your kids are empathetic and they would never laugh at a joke about the Holocaust and you're a misogynist. You're a simp yourself. You're totally henpecked. That's the problem. So we are going back to the way
Let me play
things
another clip of yours about women.
A lot of women want to be raped. And when I say raped, I mean like, that sounds bad when I say it like that. But there's like a lot of women that really want a guy to beat the shit out of them. But also, they have to pretend, but part of it is they have to pretend like they don't.
You think women want to be raped, do you?
That's what the studies show, Piers. That is what these statistics say.
But that's what you believe,
They have
is it?
fantasies. They have fantasies about it. I don't think that they want to actually get raped. But there's a study out there. Get ready for this. It says 62% of women have rape fantasies. And if you read anything that they're reading, if you watched what they're watching, what do you think 50 Shades of Grey is about? What do you think Twilight is about?
For everybody that believes that what he's saying is not true, it actually is true. I don't have the study here, but I know I did see it like a year ago when I first took the RP. Well, like 2 years ago when I took the RP, I wanted to know what it was. It's true. Women have a high levels of like neuroticism. Like they're highly neurotic means like they feel a lot of negative emotions, and I don't know, man. It's something like that. And I know that I think it was Myron. He also said that he knows somebody that knows somebody that like the women would pay him, the women would pay the man to break into their house, but he cannot tell them the day that is going to happen. Like, bro got a business breaking into bitches' house and having sex with them because women want to experience that feeling. The shit that women feel is it makes no sense, but that's what they like. Women love pain.
True.
You think women want to have the shit beaten out of them, as you said?
Yeah, and it's very disturbing, but it's true.
Do you think your views on women might change if you actually ever had a relationship with one or had sex and actually had a proper relationship? I mean, people say the reason you're so angry about women is you're basically an incel.
Well, I'm not angry about it.
You sound very angry. You sound very, very angry about women.
You see that? When did Nick Fuentes' voice elevate to a sound of anger? Not once. And Piers is saying, oh, you sound very angry. You sound very, very angry. Piers is trying to drop little seeds in our ears. Piers is trying to drop little seeds in our ears to make us think that we also hear what he hears. But bro, we don't, bro. This is a lie. This is a who-blog. This is a who-blog and nobody's falling for it. Nick is standing 10 toes down.
I'm passionate. It's an issue I'm passionate about.
You're sounding very bitter about women, as if women have done a terrible disservice to you. But when you don't have relationships, you don't have sex, when are they doing these terrible things to you that's made you so hateful towards women? I'm really curious.
I don't think that was a hateful clip. I think I was laughing. I said they want men to beat the shit out of them, and that's just true. I mean, when you look at the state of modern women, all they do is lay in their bed, doom scroll, they're chilling out. They're getting a little fat. It is what it is. I don't know what the average weight is, but they're getting a little heavy. And any guy that is playing the field these days will tell you that.
I think it's 5'4", 170. I think that's the average weight and height of a woman. About 5'4", 170. I can be wrong, but I know a lot of them are overweight.
And I know a lot of the Chads. I am an incel. I'm friends with a lot of Chads like Bradley Martin, Clavicular. They agree with me. You know, there's sort of like this alliance between the guys that don't have sex and the guys that get the most sex. We know what women are about. It's the guys in the middle. Guys like you in the middle. It's the beta male orbiters that say, she's amazing, you're a misogynistic pig, because I don't know what that is. I guess they're
let
desperate.
me explain to you what I think it is. I think when a 27-year-old guy who's never got laid, never had a meaningful relationship with a woman, says that women should...
Why does he keep talking about him getting laid? He's not trying to get laid. Do you see the stroke of his brush? Is wild. It's wild, the picture that he is trying to paint. Nick is not trying to get laid by a woman. He's trying to have sex with his wife.
Be allowed to vote. They should stay at home. That all they do is fantasize about being raped and being beaten up. That's what they want. That they're annoying. That they get fat.
Hey, yo,
that
look
they
at
get
Nick,
ugly.
bro. He's standing on 10, bro.
That's a misogynist. Now, you may not understand it because your knowledge of women is so incredibly tiny, but actually, you are the embodiment of a misogynist. It couldn't be clearer. And if I was in a way, you have the deep-rooted misogyny of some of the actual boomers I know. Yet here you are, 27 years old. And most of the current studies show that a lot of men are really disenfranchised from society, no longer have physical relationships with women if they've ever had them, never associate with women, and build up instinctively misogynist views about women. And I fear you're in that position. You're just a bit of a lonely guy who wants to get laid and can't for whatever reason. And it's made you bitter about women. And I don't know where that's come from, but it's fascinating.
No, see, here's the thing. First of all, you're very caught up in the labels. It's always, you're a racist, you're a misogynist.
You said you
these
were
words
a racist.
mean nothing to me. Oh, hang on, whoa, can I respond?
You gave yourself the label.
What is this?
You said, I am a racist. I didn't give you the label.
Okay.
You said, Nick Fuentes, I am a racist.
Calm down. Calm down.
Did you or didn't you?
It's okay.
Did you?
Bro, what is he doing?
Yeah.
Okay.
But
so
here's
I didn't give you the label. You did.
Why are you yelling at me?
Because you're trying to infer
screaming at
something
me?
that didn't happen. You said, I gave you the label of being a racist. No, you did. You said, I'm a racist. You gave yourself the label.
Bro, do y'all not see how many times Piers Morgan is saying the word racist, you are a racist. Tell them you're a racist, right? You're a racist. You're a racist. Do you see how many times Piers Morgan is saying that you're a racist? You're a racist, right? Wait, before we can continue the show, remember you said you're racist, right? You're racist, huh? Are you racist? Hey, you're racist? Hey, son, let me call my producer. Hey, did he show me that clip when he said he was a racist? Show me the clip. Show me the clip. You sent it? You sent it? Okay, I got it. Thank you. Are you racist? Like, bro, what the heck? Calm down. There's always a little bit of truth in what he says. And I'm gonna tell you this, like it or not, we're all racist. We are all racist. I'm racist. To an extent, I'm a little bit racist. I have to be a little bit racist. My life can be in jeopardy. So I'm going to use racism in order to save my life. If I'm walking down the street by myself and I see 3 dudes, long dreads, not even, I mean, my brother-in-law has dreads, shout out to you, but his is clean. Long dreads, sagging, golds in their mouth, guns in their, it looks like they got a bulge. What will make you think I'm going to walk past these Negroes? That's not happening. I'm walking the other way. Boom, racism just saved me. Another example, if I see a skinny white child, pale as the clouds, with a long book bag, going into the same building that I'm going into, I'm not going into the building. I'm not doing it. Aren't you glad you use racism? Everybody has a smidgen of racism. It is also pattern recognition, and what we know can be dangerous, we're going to recognize it. If everything that is bad, or mostly things that go bad, robbing or carjacking or anything like that, happens with a certain demographic, what makes you think when I get into that type of area with these type of people, do I not expect something bad will happen? I will be a damn fool. Same thing with a white kid. If I see a white kid look like a fucking geek with a long book bag, I don't care. I don't even care if it's a guitar, bro. I'm not going in the same building as you, bro. I'm not going in the same building as you because you're not gonna catch me on the news talking about, the school. Did you know the school got shot up? No, I knew it was gonna get shot up, but I didn't go in it. I didn't go in it because he looked like a suspect. Being racist can save your life. That's all I want to say.
You're gonna have to tone it down a little, all right? You're gonna have to bring it down a notch and relax. This is just an interview, okay? Please calm down. All I said is you're hung up. I didn't say you gave me that. Maybe I did.
You did.
But here's what I mean. What I mean is you're just hung up on proving you're a misogynist. Okay, you're a racist. Okay, you denied the Holocaust, and I'm not about the labels,
you
man.
Didn't deny
I'm
the
just
Holocaust.
past that.
As I said to you, look, Nick, I just wanted to go over the stuff that everyone uses out there about you and get you to respond. And we are getting, I think, a long way in this interview.
Okay.
Right? You didn't deny the Holocaust. You accepted there's been a Holocaust of at least 6 million Jews.
I'm a maximalist. I'm a Holocaust.
That is significant.
I think it's more.
You did admit you're a racist. And
Bro,
you have spelled out
true.
a thought process about women, which is the purest definition of misogyny that I've ever seen. And you've said you're not gay. So we're getting somewhere.
Yeah. Well, look, and I own the labels, okay? But I just don't care that much about them.
That's fine.
I feel like the whole,
I'm not saying
this is like a weird...
I'm not saying you have to
ahead.
care. Nick, you don't have to care about any of it. I promise you. Right? That's not why I got you on the show. I wanted to give you a fair crack, which I think I have. We've gone over a lot of stuff. We've got a bit more to go on. I genuinely don't think I've ambushed you with anything you couldn't have been expecting.
No.
I don't think I've been overtly hostile. In fact, when you've asked me to calm down, I've calmed down. I don't want to have a hostile, angry, shouty match with you. I simply want you to spell out exactly what you've meant about all these things, and people can then be the judge of them. So let's take another break, and we'll come back and talk about Donald Trump, Tucker Carlson, Candace Owens, and others.
Do you see Piers Morgan talk about, as you can see, I didn't ambush you, right? And Nick's like, yep, nope, you didn't. Nick is smart because, like I said earlier, he didn't ambush him because Nick already knew it was coming. Because when you ambush somebody, it is a surprise. But because he knew Piers Morgan was going to flip the script on him and say all this nonsense to paint him to be a bad person, Nick already saw it coming, so it can't be an ambush. So he didn't lie. Nick was like, you're right, you didn't ambush me, you fucking snake. I already knew you slither in the grass, you python. He already knew. But hey, if you guys like my commentating and want me to commentate on some more commentating podcasts, go ahead and like, subscribe, share. Let's grow this channel to 600 subscribers before the end of the year. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.